In today's video, we're going to be checking out the Zhiyun Smooth X 2-axis gimbal, so let's get it started. Welcome back to another episode of Dad's in Tech Reviews, where our motto is work smarter, not harder. We're here to help you determine if everyday products are worth those prices, okay? And then at the end, we're going to determine whether or not it's going to get the Dad's Den stamp of approval. So anyway, let's get on with this review, because I don't want to waste any of your guys' time. What we're going to do is we're going to jump right into performance. Then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the design and features, and then we're going to go over pricing and whether or not this gets the Dad's Den stamp of approval and it is worth it for you, okay? So here we go with performance. One thing to note before you use this, you're going to have to download it's called the Cami app, the ZY Cami app, okay? It will not work without you downloading that on your smartphone, okay? So you download that, you connect it via Bluetooth to your 2-axis gimbal here, and that's how you're going to get going. That's how this is basically going to activate and get you started. I kind of wish you didn't have to do that, but it wasn't too much of a hindrance for me. I was able to download it and we worked through it just fine. But I would prefer to just be able to put my phone on here and let's get going. But yeah, you got to make sure you download that app first. There's a couple things about the app that makes sense, and I see why they did it, because what they're trying to do is trying to help you be a better filmmaker, especially when you're using a gimbal. So they do have now editing software on there where you can like cut clips, you can add transitions, you can add titles, you can do things like that. But also, while your phone is on there, because it's connected to the app, you're going to be able to utilize some of these things. Like this is a zoom in, zoom out. So when I was filming, I was able to hit this. The camera would zoom in from my phone, zoom in, zoom out, and I can control my camera that way, which is kind of a nice feature. So I understand why they have the Cami app and what they're doing with that. And there are some really, really nice features to that as well. So I can't be all mad about having that app on there because it does have some really cool features. Now, as far as the editing software goes, I didn't personally use it because I use Final Cut Pro when I make my edits and I make my videos, so there was no reason for me to use those things, but it is there if you want to use it. As far as the performance of this thing is actually pretty darn nice. I'm going to show you some footage as I'm talking, so you guys just watch the footage. I'll keep talking over this footage. You're going to see me going down a hill, very smooth. The hill was rocky, where you can see I'm in the mountains there, and I'm walking down this hill, and there's rocks, there's different terrains, different levels that I'm basically traversing as I'm going down that hill. And you can see how smooth the camera is there. I think it did an excellent job. So very, very good there. Also, you can see that I'm doing all kinds of different shoots. I was doing a shoot for like a little promotional video there, and so you can see all the different things that I was doing. I'm shooting these different log benches, and I'm going around the different campsites here, and I'm getting all kinds of different footage, and you can see how well this thing actually does for a 2-axis gimbal. And mind you, this thing's only $59.99 on Amazon, so that's pretty darn good. But as you guys are watching, leave down in the comments, what do you guys think about the footage that you're seeing so far and the performance of this? Does it look pretty darn nice? I said, does it look pretty darn nice? Because I think it does look pretty darn nice, especially for a gimbal at this price. So leave those down in the comments now. The gimbal itself is actually really easy to use. I mean, you can see how small this is. This actually folds down, and it could, this is basically how tall it is. It's about the same size as my cell phone, once it's folded down. And then also, I love the ability to be able to kaleidoscope this. You just take this, or telescope this. I don't know why I say kaleidoscope. Telescope this, and you can pull it out and you can have it higher. It even has on the bottom here, you can connect it to a tripod. If you want to even go higher, you can connect this to a tripod. I have a monopod that I use that I'm going to be connecting to this. Take the monopod. Now you have a really long pole, and this thing you can get some really high shots, maybe in trees, or you want to get almost like a drone kind of look. You can kind of cheat and pretend you have a drone if you have this, and then you have your tripod or your monopod or something like that, which is really nice. I really like that feature. Also, when you have it here, you can tilt this back and forth. So if you want to do something like this, you want to shoot this way, and you're going to see a clip now where I actually do that. I just wanted to show you guys, I didn't need to do it in that clip, but I wanted to show you guys how easy it was to work with the phone on there. So check that out. So I got my phone connected now so you guys can see how this thing works. And I have this in slow panning, so it's going to be super smooth. You're going to see it like this. It kind of turns slowly. One of the features here I wanted to talk about because I think it's really cool. So if you're shooting in portrait mode or landscape mode and you want to switch it up really quickly, you're like, all right, I got to stop the recording here. I want to switch over quickly. Hit, stop recording, whatever you want to do. Just hit the button 2 times. the mode button, bam, there you go. 2 more times and you're back. That's pretty darn cool. Another really cool thing is if you're holding this still, basically there's the joystick. You just turn the joystick and it'll go the direction that you want it to go. That's what I'm doing right now. You can see, and you can go back the other direction, which is really cool. You want to pan it up, you want to tilt the camera, really cool. You can just go up and down. So while you're filming, if you want to do something cool, like you're coming at an object and your camera's kind of tilting as you're doing it, you can do that as you move forward. And it's still accessing the 2-axis gimbal, so it's really smooth as you do it. It's kind of a fun feature. One of the other features is obviously locking this into place so you can twist your hands, but the camera stays steady. So you can see here, I'm kind of turning my wrist, but the camera isn't moving. Obviously you can see that it's kind of going up and down because I'm jerking it around like an idiot. But if you go like this, I mean, it's not, so you can do all kinds of things and basically it's going to stay level for you. You can see how that's happening there, right? It also has something called gesture control shooting. Okay, so you can set this up. So basically you can be in front of this. You could set it up like on a tripod or however you want to do it. And just by your gestures on the utilizing the app, certain gestures will turn the camera on, turn the camera off. You can do things like that through the app, which is actually pretty neat. It also has object tracking. So let's say you're shooting something like film, like somebody skateboarding, somebody mountain biking, somebody running, or something, whatever you're going to be filming, or just your kids, playing, or you're doing a product review and you want to follow somebody along. It has object tracking, so you can pick what object you want to follow, and basically your camera is going to follow that person, just like you would have like a drone or something like that. Now you got to move, and you got to move with that person with the gimbal, but the camera itself will stay focused on that person or the object. When you're utilizing the app, it has pretty much everything that you would normally have on your phone. It's got time lapse, slow motion filming, normal portraits, things like that. So everything that you have on your phone, you're going to be able to use. You're going to be able to do those time lapse videos, which are really cool. And I just like the app's ability to connect with your phone, and the different features it has, because I was really afraid that, man, if I got to download this app and put it onto my phone and I got to utilize this just to run my my gimbal, I wasn't too happy with that at first. But honestly, once I started getting into it, digging a little bit deeper, I was like, man, this is some really cool features. So it does work well. It's very compatible. It works well. I use an iPhone 8 Plus and it worked just fine. So I had no problems with that. So that's the performance. What did you guys think? Did you like the smoothness of this? Did you like some of the features that it had? Anyway, leave those down in the comments. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to some additional design and features on this thing, because I do want to talk about these. I think they're important for you guys to know. So here we go. Number one, durability. How durable is this thing? Because if you're running around, you're filming all kinds of different things, especially sports things, is it durable? And it's a plastic, but it's a very, I feel it's a very durable plastic. I mean, I'm pulling this thing apart. I was kind of worried. I was kind of worried about this, because I'm like, I don't know, how sturdy is this thing going to be? Are these, bolts going to be popping out? Like, I bought some cheap tripods before, like with this kind of extension, and they have a hard time. But no, this thing is great, man. I mean, you can see here, I'm just rocking and rolling on this thing. No issues at all. This thing is very strong. And then I was really worried about the neck. I'm like, oh man, because the neck, you got to make sure you do it the right way. What if you start tugging on it the wrong way? Yeah, and if you tug on it the wrong way, of course you could break it if you just start ripping at it. But you just look here and you can see that, hey, this is where it's supposed to fold down. So you just, you fold it down and you're good to go. No issues there. So as far as durability is concerned, I don't think there's going to be too many issues with this. On the backside here, there's a little bit of rubber. I'm not really sure what that is. It would have been cool, I think, if they would have taken this rubber and put it on the handle here, just for a little bit more sturdiness. I'm not sure why they didn't do that, but it's just this design there. I'm really not sure what this could be for. But anyway, here's your charging port. Charging port is on the side. Plug that in. Did not take too long to charge. I didn't note how long it took, but it charged pretty fast. Power button on the side. Just hit power here. The lights will go on. And then the other thing I really like here too is on this side here. Sorry, it's vibrating because I don't have it set up with my phone. But basically, you can see how much battery power you got left. There's 4 lights here. You just look at the 4 lights. I've got 3 left because I've been using it. I'm going to turn this up so because it's searching for my phone right now on the weight. It's kind of like doing a little vibration because it's like, hey, there's no phone on here. Give me a phone. So I like that it has the power indicator on the side. Also, this is actually really smart. They put just a sticker here. I'm not going to take this off because it's going to help me. But if you want to take the sticker off, this basically tells you what direction your phone should be, what the top of your phone should be. So it has a little sticker here. If you don't want that, what you can do is just make sure the Zhiyun sign is up and down. If this is facing, if you can read it correctly, then that's the top of your phone should go that direction. Okay. I just like this visual for me. Give me the arrow, makes it easy for me, but you guys can do what you want. Again, this thing is really small. You fold it down, it comes down here like this. You turn that, bam, and that's how big it is. You can throw this thing in your pocket. Look at this compared to my phone. Basically, it's actually a little bit smaller than my phone. So yeah, as far as travel goes, it's super awesome, super small. Just take that, go like that and rotate it up, and then you're good to go. Super easy. I do wish that this came with a case. It didn't come with any kind of a case. So I wish, as far as when you purchase this, you would get some kind of a traveling pack just to protect it. Or even just a bag. I would take a bag. That's fine too, just to protect it. It didn't come with anything. Basically, it came with your charging cable, the box obviously here. So I guess if you want to throw it back in this box and travel with it that way, you can do that. But it's just kind of cheap plastic that it's being held in. So that's one thing I wish it would have come with, but hey, for a price of $59.99, I can't really argue too much. As far as battery life, it says it gives you 5.5 hours of use time. Okay, so using this thing, it says it gives you 5.5 hours. I've only charged it once. I was filming that project for maybe 30, 45 minutes, maybe a little bit more than that. And I still have plenty of charge on this thing. So, I haven't run this thing down all the way to the bottom, so I can't tell you whether or not it's going to hold 5.5 hours. But looking at reviews that I've seen, everybody seems that they're having plenty of time with this thing to use. I mean, 5.5 hours of gimbal time is a really, really long time. That's if you're doing like vlogs or videos like that, you could actually use this thing almost all day because you're not going to shoot actual 5.5 hours worth of footage. You're just going to use this thing when you're actually filming. So that's pretty good. It also comes in 2 different colors. You can do like a gray or you can do the white. I chose the white. That was just my preference, but it does also come in gray. So those are pretty much some of your main features. There's a few more different things here and there, intricate details that you guys can check out once you purchase this. And as always, anything that I'm talking about here, reviewing or utilizing in my studio here, from the cameras to the microphones to the computers to the lighting equipment, it's all going to be down in the description. If you guys want to learn more about that, you can just click those links. You can learn more about what we're using here at Dad's Den. And also, if you want to purchase this or you just want to go look at more information, you don't have to purchase it. Obviously, you can just click the link as well for the Zhiyun Smooth X. Click that link and it'll give you more information about it, and you can kind of dig deeper for yourself and determine whether or not you think you want to purchase this. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to get into pricing and whether or not this is worth the price. So this is currently selling on Amazon for $59.99. That's where I purchased it, $59.99. I could not believe $59.99 for the price for this. I'm just right up front. I'm just going to say it. Dude, Dad's Den stamp of approval all day for this right now. Boom, I'm giving it early. Usually I had to wait for the Dad's Den stamp of approval. I'm excited about this one. You get it right now. Boom, Dad's Den stamp of approval for $59.99. You guys, come on. This is ridiculous. This thing performs like I do have another gimbal, and that gimbal, it's made for DSLR. Yes, it's a bigger, more sturdy gimbal, but I paid probably 4 times the price for that. And this, with what smartphones can do now as far as videos and photos and stuff, they have some incredible video capabilities. You could pretty much do everything with your smartphone now if you wanted to. You don't even have to have a camera or anything like that, especially with gimbals like this for $59.99. You guys, that is a great price. And as always, I'm going to give you some comparisons here. So hold on. So here's a couple ones that I'm just going to compare this to because they're very similar in what they do. The DJI Osmo, it is a 3-axis gimbal, but that one sells for $139. There's another one here by Tech. That one sells for $89, and that's another gimbal, their phone gimbal. There's another one for $59.99. There's another one for $89.99. Another one for Let's see, $109. So if you did want a traveling case and a little tripod on the bottom of this, you can purchase this for $69.99. Okay, so it's right there on, I'll leave that link too. So if you want to get the traveling case and you want to get a tripod that goes on the bottom of the gimbal, it basically just spreads out, so a tripod. I will show that link as well. That'll be down in the description, so you can click on that. Anyway, you can see that this is priced very well at the low end of these types of gimbals. And for the performance, again, for $59.99 all day, I would recommend this. Dad's Den stamp of approval for sure. That's going to be it for today's review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click on one of these two reviews over here. And don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to grow here really fast at Dad's Den Tech Reviews, and we're going to need your guys' support to do that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. Until next time, work smarter, not harder. Bye.